Security!
Hey! Security! Dr. Ripley? Dr. Ripley!
What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here, and welcome to Afternoons Delight. So last med video of the week, we're just gonna do 3 this week. Hannah wasn't on the episode, so we won't get a chance to talk about her. They didn't really go over anything in Maggie's personal life, so I'm just gonna wrap it up right here. Let's talk about Ripley, man, because I talked about Dr. Zola Ahmad in the last video, and these are just 2 very interesting newbies that they have. I think they brought a lot to the table this season already, and I hope they stay long enough, because I like Ripley's character, because even though he's a bit, he came off at first as like a little arrogant prick, I do like that he actually cares for his patients. He has he's very stern. He's sort of like a young version of me, like Dr. Archer. He could be an asshole, but he definitely cares about his patients, though. You know what I mean? And you see a softer side to him. Like, you've been seeing a softer side to him with Dr. Charles and Hannah lately. And I just like him, man. I actually do. I think he's got a very interesting character. Let's talk about this situation with him and his friend Sully. So Sully got in like a little bar fight or whatever, and ended up breaking his fist or knuckles or whatever. This is why you don't get into fights, people, because that can't happen. Don't get into fights. If you can avoid it, avoid getting into fights in public, bro. Because stuff like that happens. But he comes in the hospital and he's disrespectful as hell. He's the nurse. He's telling the nurse, like, I don't need no help. Sully is just really coming in there really, disrespectful. And then he asks Dr. Charles for Rip. And I was like, he got to be talking about Ripley, and he was. So apparently him and Ripley had a history. They used to bar hop together when they were younger. And, obviously with Ripley having like a full-on career as trying to become one of the top doctors in the city, he breaks away from that lifestyle. So he grows up, basically. But Sully really doesn't. Sully, you can see that he's smoking and everything. So he's just doing a lot of the wrong things, right? And Sully, like I said, he's got a bit of an attitude problem. And Ripley is trying to like calm down and whatever. And he kind of does, it kind of gets him to calm down a little bit. But then later on, he listens to his chest and stuff like that. And he finds out later on after doing tests, because Sully was ready to leave. He just said, let's take care of this fist. But he told Ripley that he's been having this, breathing issue since like, I think it was like December or something like that. So it's been going on a while now, a couple of months. And he comes back and tells him he's got lung cancer. And boy, oh boy, did Sully not want to hear that. And Ripley didn't want to hear it either, because Ripley, even though he hasn't been in touch with him lately, is still one of his friends from his past. And, you don't want to lose anybody from your past either, And he finds out that he's got cancer. But, he tells him, though, that, it could be treated. And I think, personally, and I'm no doctor, man, so I know I could be wrong on this. But I think, because Sully's got to probably be in his 30s, he might have more of a fighting chance than someone in their 50s or 60s who have been smoking a lot longer. He might still have some lungs that are worth saving. And maybe, I don't know if that makes a difference how long you smoke, if the chances of you surviving it. But if that is the case, maybe he's going to survive it due to his age. But he got to stop smoking, though, because he still had a cigarette in his hand when he saw him at the bar. So anyways, after that point, they get to fighting, man, because Sully wanted to just leave, get discharged and leave. And Ripley is not letting him go. And then that's where they got to fighting. It was a really good fight, too. But Ripley had him on the ground. And, he talked to Dr. Charles about it, a little later. And I like how he's been confiding in Dr. Charles lately. Like, they've become sort of friends on here. Like, he's become like a confidant of his. And I like that. from the way they started. I think that's a beautiful thing that they kind of told between these two. And then he goes to the bar. He just got through watching the Bulls game. Sully did. And he asked him about it. Then he just sat down. Because Charles said that he might just need a friend, not a guy in a white coat. You know what I mean? So come to him as a friend. And he did that. He had a breathalyzer with him. And he didn't want to take it at first, but he ended up taking it. But he also had a cigarette on the table, too. And I was like, dude, you got lung cancer now. You're going to have to stop smoking, bro. You're going to have to stop smoking, bro. Because that's the reason why you probably got it, is because you've been smoking. And, you know, he ended up leaving, but it seemed like they left on good terms this time, you know. And I hope he survives it, and I hope they tell the story. I hope this ain't a one-time thing. They do this on Mad sometimes, man. They'll go over something and won't bring a character back. They need to bring this character back because I think it's very important. Because we learned a lot about Ripley's character in this episode just by bringing Sully in. So I hope, you know, maybe they could show Ripley on one of the chemo treatment sessions or whatever with Sully, and let us hear that story, man. And maybe he recovers from it. I think that'd be great. I think that'd be great, man. But go ahead and give me your thoughts on this, man. I thought it was a very interesting story. We're going to see how they continue this, man. But I'm going to move on to fire right now. Go ahead and give this video a like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all in 3 weeks. I love y'all, man. Afternoons to like.